visit Simba, but you can call me Atty. This channel basically focuses on sharing a lot of macrame tutorials as well as the behind the scenes as to what goes on in my small business. If that sounds like something that you're interested in, don't forget to subscribe and make sure to hit the notification button so you don't miss any videos. I'm super excited about today's tutorial because I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make a plant hanger with no bottom tassel. So here it is, and as you can see, there is no bottom tassel, which is super cool. We always tend to see a ton of plant hangers that have a tassel hanging off at the end, and of course those are beautiful in their own respect, but I've been wanting to make one without a tassel for a really long time, and I finally figured out how to do it. It's super beginner friendly and it takes less than an hour to make. So I'm super excited to jump right into this project. So now let's talk about the materials that you're going to need. So for this project, you're going to need 120 feet of 5mm cord. I decided to go with my peacock color cord that you can find on my website at seabythesea.com. You're also going to need 2 different sizes of metal O-rings. So I'm using a 1-inch ring and a 1.5-inch size as well. As always, you're also going to need a ruler and some scissors, and that's pretty much it. Now let's just jump right into it. To begin this project, go ahead and grab the 1-inch O-ring. You're going to cut 8 strands of cord at 15 feet each. Go ahead and attach each one of the cords with a reverse lark's head knot. Once you've attached all of the cords, go ahead and divide it into 4 different sections. So each section is going to have 2 cords. Here I just used some tape so it could stay in place. Now for each section, you're going to go ahead and make 10 square knots. Once you are all done creating 10 square knots in each section, you're going to go ahead and combine 2 arms at a time. So grab 2 strands from each arm and create 3 square knots about 4.5 inches down. Now again, do that for all 4 sections. I just use a ruler to keep everything even. So basically I just did 3 square knots at a time to space it out evenly. Now I'm going to go back to each of the square knots that I just finished and create 17 more square knots for a total of 20 on each side. So again, this is where tape just comes really in handy. I just tape it down so it stays in place and then adjust as I need to. If you don't have any tape, you can also hold it down with something heavy. So this is what it should look like once you are all done with the square knots. Right in the center is where your pot will go. So now I'm going to grab my pot and place it in the center. I'm going to go ahead and raise all the arms up. So this is how it will sit in the plant hanger. For reference, I'm using a 6-inch pot, but anything from a 4 to 10-inch pot would work great. So now I'm going to grab my 1.5-inch O-ring and pull all of my strands through. I'm going to leave about 6 inches here, but you can always play with the height depending on how long you want your plant hanger. To secure it into place, I'm going to grab the 2 strands at the end and create 3 square knots here. I'm going to make sure to make it really tight so it stays in place. So now we can cut off most of the excess strands. The final step will be to grab one 3-foot strand and create a gathering knot. So basically I just do this by creating a U with my hand, leaving a little gap up top and then wrapping it all the way around. I'm trying to be careful here to cover all of the square knots so there's no awkward looking gap. So once I wrap it around about 10 times, I'm going to make sure that I left a gap at the bottom so I can pull the strand through, and now I just tug from the top. Make sure you don't pull too hard or else the whole knot will come undone. So pull just enough so you have the knot secured right in the center. Now we can cut off both the bottom and top ends. So basically here now I'm just cutting the ends that are left sticking out, and I'm doing this really carefully so I don't rush it and cut the wrong strands. If I cut the strands that are actually the part of the plant hanger, then everything will be falling apart and I will be having to do this all over again. So take your time here, just really be careful and make sure that you're cutting the strands that you mean to cut off. Alright, so that's going to be it for this project. I really hope that you guys like this different style of plant hanger. Please feel free to let me know what you thought in the comments below, and feel free to suggest any future project ideas. As always, if you recreate this, please tag me on Instagram. I'm at @SeaByTheSeashop and I would love to see your work. Once again, all of the materials and the hardware and the tools that I used will be linked down below, and as for the cord, this peacock color can be found on seedbythesea.shop.com, as well as other colors like sage and peach that would look really pretty as a plant hanger as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.